I'm back. Um, I am just now having this kind of new realization and aha. And so I'm going to share it with you while it's kind of going on. Um, I can't tell you how many times I've read and heard teachers, spiritual teachers say, there is no spiritual path. I knew they were right, but I didn't understand it. I could not understand it. And I know, I am understanding it now. That realization is settling in right now. This, because we know, here's what I'm realizing right now. There is no spiritual path. There is no step-by-step process to get you here, to get you there. Because nothing changes. Nothing changes but your perception of how you see life changes. So it's leaps in perception, but really nothing changes. So there was never any path to take you there. So I know I'm not explaining this well, right? Because it hasn't settled in, but I just want to share this with you right now because it's kind of exciting. Let me see if I can draw like a little picture for you. And I don't know if this is accurate, but so there is no spiritual path. You cannot do self-development and this will lead to this and this will lead to this. It's not, nothing's growing. These are all just leaps in perception, how you perceive things, which, by the way, leads me to believe, because I think I just experienced this in the last 2 months, that you can fake it till you make it. If you can change your perception, like mentally kind of force yourself to perceive things in a particular way that is beyond how you currently perceive things, that faking it till you're making it can cause or create an opening to shift you into a higher level of consciousness. You see, no path. Anyway, so here's this little metaphor that I'm playing around with in my head. So prior to any spiritual journey, your awareness or perception of life is kind of like your, here's a sidewalk and you're below the curb. You can't really see, you can't see anything. You can't see the houses, you can't see the sky. You're kind of like down there in the street, can't see anything. You perceive nothing beyond being in the gutter. And then you start on this spiritual journey and you stand up from the curb and you see this house. You see your house. And you see, oh, I'm a spiritual being. And you begin looking at yourself and you then now you start perceiving things. Oh, everything's equal. Everything's one. I'm equal with that. And then, by the way, spirit is up there. And I have to watch my thoughts up there, meaning we'll say the sky with the clouds and the thoughts. So your perception is at one level. Everything's this way. I'm equal with everyone, but spirit is up there. And then you have a shift in awareness, self-realization, and you shift your perception of things. Now you're the sky. You've become the great witness and you're looking down on things. Oh, I'm not my body. I'm not my mind. I'm not my thoughts. I'm up here, the big witness. Okay. And then the next leap in consciousness or perception, so we would call it self-realization, that view, that witness observer. It's kind of a voidy, coldish kind of perception. I'm not here. I'm not the body. I'm Shiva consciousness. I'm in the void. And that in the 7 levels of consciousness, that's considered cosmic consciousness, right? Makes sense. And then all of a sudden you have another shift, and that shift like brings you back down, and now you're inside the house, and you begin feeling inside your body this kind of love and bliss for everything, and you kind of start feeling Shiva and Shakti inside of you, and it makes you look out at everything. It's, oh, I'm still one, and now I love everything. I'm feeling this love inside of me. I'm feeling God inside of me. That's called God consciousness. It's just a change in perception. And then you have this big shift. So you're inside your house, okay? And you're loving everything. And then the final shift is all of a sudden you disappear and you become everything. You become the house, the street, the curb, the thoughts, blah, blah, blah. The witness is gone, and that's called unity consciousness. I'm beginning to see that there was no path. These are all just the way you see things. Nothing has ever changed. It's just my perception of everything. I could be totally wrong on this, but this is kind of what's been hitting me and downloading the last day or so, and really just right now. Anyway, it's bizarre. It's really bizarre. I do understand why they say there's no spiritual journey, there's no path, because it's leaps. So if you can kind of, I guess, mentally fake it till you make it and just start with these different levels, or, I mean, hey, go all the way to unity. I would say that this change in perception, if you can live that and do that, then I guarantee you, no, I don't guarantee, because I don't know if I'm right, but it just seems like this would create, because you're training yourself to know this. This is just a belief structure that perception would eventually lead to a huge shift in your own consciousness, which then would make it real for you. You would feel it rather than just thinking it. Anyway, that's my ramblings. I hope it makes sense. I hope it's right. Feels right, but who knows? I don't know. I'm just bringing it to you from my current level of understanding.